best place you
Oh, sorry. Hey guys. Today we are reacting to Liberty in New York in pizza. Link to the original video down below, y'all.
think of the best place you can get an amazing slice of pizza. Just the best, juiciest, most delicious
Yeah.
slice you can think of. Where on earth is that slice? That's right.
Italy.
New York. It's New
It's
York.
Italy.
Dude, shut up. Recently, Kelly
Sure,
and I set up a
exactly.
trip to
In
go
New
see
York.
friends in New York. This is Kelly, by the way. I don't think I've introduced her to you yet.
I don't think so.
Subscribers, meet Kelly. We're gonna go see friends. It's very exciting. Yet there was one thing I had on my mind for this trip. Pizza. I see in media all over the place.
Ooh.
Hey, New York slice this, New York slice that. I'm walking here. So
I'm walking
New
here.
York slice pizza must be like the best pizza ever. And now I am landing in a place where that pizza is. So the day comes around, we're ready to fly, but as luck would have it, our flight is canceled due to weather. But good news is that there was another flight with a detour to Chicago that could still get us there the same day. So we get to the airport, but bad news is that pesky little weather problem comes rearing its ugly head once more. And normally that's not a problem, but our connecting flight would then take off before the first one lands, and then we would just miss it. I was feeling a little spicy, so I said, Kelly, if we go and lose the bet, then we're just stuck in Chicago and we grab a hotel, get some room service, and party like we're stuck in Chicago with no responsibilities, because that's literally what would be happening.
True.
Or we go. Somehow the second flight also gets delayed. We go to New York and we're back on track to get exactly what we wanted in the first place. That's a win-win. Life is short, you know? You gotta be crazy sometimes.
You gotta just
So
take a leap of faith, you
it
know?
takes off. The flight went fine. There was no peanuts though. How am I expected to survive and thrive in these conditions? We land and our second flight is delayed, but it's on the other side of the airport. It's leaving in like 45 minutes and we're on the back of the plane. So we have to run. And while we're running through the airport, we're like taking wrong directions, getting lost. Kelly's bag actually bursts open. Oh God! And when we finally find our gate, we're actually 20 minutes early. And then some guy laughed at me. Turns out we didn't need to run at all. I was sweaty, tired, embarrassed, but you know, I didn't care. Pizza's on the way. I feel great.
Hey, I feel that.
Wasn't even over yet. The plane had even more complications, if you can believe it. But hold on, I need to be somewhere. I'll be right back.
Hey.
This video is sponsored by Keeps.
Oh, wow.
That you could get your life together. And I say, yeah. Good question. All Keeps treatment plans are doctor recommended and delivered straight to your door at
I did not mean to do that. I was just trying to.
All subscribers and care specialists.
Yeah, there we go.
Stops with Keeps. To get 50% off on your first order, go to keeps.com. Your life.
Get your bag,
We
no.
get on this next plane, the connecting plane. We couldn't leave for an extra 40 minutes because of the bad weather that had happened before. And there was talk, there was discussion from the captain. He's like, hey, guys, if we fly out tonight, we might just land in D.C. Which, you know, not what I paid for, but I guess it is the preferable option, all things considering.
Sure.
Eventually, things cleared up. He's like, okay, let's go. What? Then there was like a shift change in the pull crew, so nobody was present to move the plane to the tracks runway. So we were just stuck. Like, this whole trip was exhausting. Eventually, the plane flies in New York. The turbulence wasn't too bad. We do land alive. After we land, we try to take a taxi and almost get scammed because I was too tired to realize there was just some random guy trying to charge people several times higher than actual taxi rates to drive people into the city. But then we got suspicious and just went on a normal taxi. It's 3 a.m. We get to the apartment and we are beat to the bone. But you know what? Pizza's on the horizon. So the following day, immediately, the first thing I see when I get outside, we see a lizard on a leash. There's people everywhere.
Bro,
everybody's hot. It's insane. The most I can dress up is like a shirt, maybe break out my nice jeans if we're really going out. But the people in New York, they're like two ends of this fashionable spectrum. They're either fashionable gods that just walked off the runway, or they just like got run over, which can also be considered fashionable. Generally, wherever you walk in New York, you're walking over trash, but then you turn to your right and it's the most pristine, pure store that you've ever seen. It was the most contrasting place I've ever been in my life. There was no middle ground for anything. But all in all, I'm really charmed by
I love
and it took a couple days after we arrived. But we think after a day of touring, maybe let's get some drinks and then go eat that pizza. Get that New York slice. And I'm ready for it. We find this pizza place almost literally a hole in the wall, and it's everything I imagined. There was this good amount of wear and tear, no door, and no wider than two people laid sideways. Look at the signage on this thing. I immediately fell in love. I got myself 2 slices and a Dr. Pepper, and the wait is finally over. I finally
Yo.
get to take
Oh,
a
here like
bite.
SpongeBob, like
Let me explain this flavor
water,
to you. The cheese
water.
tasted stale. There was a subtle hint of cardboard in every bite. And
Oh
do I
wow.
sense a hint of came out of the oven 20 minutes ago? And by golly, is that 10
Should I
times
log
my
away?
daily salt intake? And all that sounds pretty bad. But
I
I
don't
am
even know
dead
exactly what
serious
that
when I
means.
say that was one of
But
the
yeah.
best slices I have ever had. Think about it.
Hopefully
Has
you're
food
using
tasted
it right.
better after you've been eating a lot of it, or after a great amount of effort? And so, like, I guess what I'm trying to say, it's not really about the destination. It really is about the friends you make along the way.
That's sure.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I just really like salt.
Yeah, that's it for the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the